In this tutorial, we'll be whipping up an old school industrial rhythm track in the predominantly electronic style of bands such as Frontline Assembly, Clinic, and A Split Second. You can use your preferred DAW, but if you don't have one, you might consider Traction Waveform Free, which we're using here. For our track, we'll start with a rhythmic sequence, courtesy of Thorn CM, which will instantiate on track 1. In waveform, this is done by dragging the gray plus widget onto the track's outputs panel on the right. A menu appears from which we can select our plugin. Thorn CM is a keen synth sequencer combo with a preset that will perfectly suit our needs. You can find it by going to the Instruments preset browser and opening the Seek sub-menu. There's a patch in there called Glitch Elastic. If that sounds a bit up to the moment for old school industrial, well, rest assured that industrial musicians were making glitchy sounds long before anyone thought to give it a name. Let's create a new 8-bar MIDI clip at the start of bar 5 on track 1. In waveform, we can do this by setting up our blue marker flags and dragging the red plus to the desired position, whereupon we'll be given the option of creating a new MIDI clip. Double-clicking the clip for an expanded view, we can record or draw in note data. In this case, we're just going to draw a single sustained C-sharp 3 note over this entire 8 bars. We'll click the L button in the clip's header to loop it. Using the handle on the upper right, we'll drag it out to the end of bar 28. This clip will be our intro and verse sections. Now we'll create another 8-bar clip at bar 29. This one will consist of 2 bars each of E3 and D sharp 3 repeated. This bit will act as our chorus section. Before going any further, we'll name our track. Now we'll move on to track 2, into which we'll drop an instance of Dope VST's Beat Machine CM. We'll dial in the preset called One Lost Cannon. This will give us a powerful sampled kick drum. We'll create a looped 2-bar clip and enter hits on every downbeat and backbeat. We'll embellish it with rapid-fire 16ths at the beginning of each bar. For the sake of simplicity, we'll use the same kick clip for both verse and chorus sections. However, we'll want to create at least 2 different snare clips. First, we need our snare. We'll open Sticks CM on track 3. We'll click the Snare button in the top left to access its parameters. Using the drum preset browser, we'll find the snare category and then locate and load the preset called SN Sample Overtone LTZ. That's a good sound. It sounds less like a snare and more like a bit of scrap metal. We'll create a 2-bar clip for the verse section. Here, we'll just be laying in snare hits on the backbeats. It's predictable, but sometimes that's just what we need. Now we'll create another 2-bar clip for the chorus. This time we'll add a couple of extra hits to add a bit of energy and interest. We'll bring in another instance of Beat Machine CM, putting this one on track 4. The preset called Coolish has an effectively metallic hi-hat sound. We'll create a 2-bar clip and play or draw in a suitably persistent rhythm. If you like, you can create a variation for the chorus section or simply use the same pattern throughout the track. Now that we've got a basic beat going, let's give some thought to a bass track. Once again, we're going to call upon Thorn CM, which will instantiate on a new track. For our purposes, we're going to go for something brazenly digital, and Thorn CM has just the thing. It's called Chrome, and it can be found in the bass category among the presets. This patch sounds a bit like a cross between a classic FM bass and those made famous by the PPG wave. We'll create a 2-bar clip and draw in a busy pattern. We're going to stretch it out to the end of bar 28. Now we're satisfied with our verse. It's time to move on to the chorus section. Here we're creating a much longer clip. As with our glitch seek clip, we've repeated an E and D sharp pattern with occasional embellishments.